back to my channel. So today I have a updated video on the best coconut perfumes. I've done this video in the past, but new things have come out, things have been discontinued, so I thought with it being summertime now, I'll do an updated video. If you are new here, then hello, welcome. I'm all about perfumes. I have hundreds of videos like this on perfume notes, new releases, ranges, so do check out all my other videos. And if you're a regular viewer, do make sure you're subscribed and give the video a thumbs up, that really helps me. And all the links to the perfumes I talk about will be down below in the description box, where they're available around the world, North America, Canada, Australia, Europe, and links will be below. Cool, so coconut is definitely having a bit of a moment the past few years. There's quite a few coconut perfumes now, and I do think it's perfect for summer, but it can also be nice in the winter time. In my view, there are two different types of coconut in fragrance. You've got a deep coconut that's a bit vanillary, sexy, maybe even evening time, and then you have like a fresh coconut milk that's more refreshing. So I have recommendations for all those different types of coconut. So I think if we start off with the more vanillary ones, so Dolce Garden is definitely my recommendation if you really want a very vanillary coconut. This definitely has a sexy, sweet feeling to the vanilla. I don't know why it's called garden, because coconuts aren't really a garden thing, right? It definitely is more sweet, and I do find it lasts pretty well. A lot of these other Dolce from Dolce & Gabbana perfumes, the more floral ones, don't last that well, but I find that Garden is the best for lasting out of the whole range. As it settles, that warm coconut is like half the note, the other half I'm getting is definitely a vanilla, so it feels sweet, sexy. I would say nighttime, but you could wear this during the day, perhaps more autumn, winter. Because this has been out for a while as well, you can usually get it at quite good prices. A lot of these will be available at Look Fantastic, where you can get them with 21% off with my code LFTF Soki. I'll put the info down below. But this, yeah, you can usually get it at a good price, and if you like your sweeter coconuts, then this is quite simple, coconut and vanilla. Another sweet coconut is Utopia Vanilla Cocoa from Kayali, which is part of Huda Beauty. So as the name suggests, again, you've got quite a creamy, almost like whipped cream coconut, like a coconut flavored cake or something, or macaroon. But what there also is in here are some floral notes. So there's plenty of white florals like jasmine, which definitely adds a feminine, pretty touch to this. I'd say the fragrance is a third coconut, a third vanilla, and then a third white florals. So it's a little bit more complex than the Dolce Garden, and it definitely has a slightly milky, creamy, lactonic quality to it. Again, I find this lasts pretty well, but it's not overly heavy. You could definitely wear this during the daytime, and I think those floral notes make it okay for the daytime in the summer. So next up we have Ariana Grande Cloud. Now this is probably the sweetest out of all of these. It really has a whipped cream note in here that goes with the coconut really well, and it has a lot of ambre musk, which is quite cozy, cashmere-y, skin-like. Ariana Grande Cloud is a great perfume. It's a bestseller in the celebrity category, and you can usually get it for like 30 something pounds, and it does last really well. And I do find it's a really strong perfume, so don't be put off by the fact that it's a celebrity fragrance. The bottle also comes out of this white cloud, and you can travel with it quite easily. So if you do like quite a sweet, warm, intense coconut, this is a really good value for money. So next up we have Bronze Goddess. Now this is a perfume definitely associated with the summer, tropical holiday vibes. Bronze Goddess Eau de Parfum, which has this goldy bronzy base and darker colour liquid. This is the more vanillary version of it. So coconut and vanilla make it deeper, more intense. It's an Eau de Parfum. And then you do have the signature Bronze Goddess tiare flower note in here, but it's not the star of the show. The coconut really is the star of the show in the Eau de Parfum, whereas in the original, the famous one, which is Bronze Goddess Eau Fresh, the coconut is more of a accompanying note to the main note of this tiare flower, this tropical floral note, which really does make you feel like you're on holiday. I do love Bronze Goddess Eau Fresh. It instantly makes you feel like you're away on vacation on a tropical island, but coconut isn't the main note in it. So if you do want loads of coconut, then go for the Eau de Parfum. If you don't mind these other floral notes, then go for the Eau Fraiche. The Eau de Parfum does last better as well, because I think the Eau Fraiche is basically an eau de toilette, so it's lighter, you're gonna need to keep topping it up. So another coconut fragrance which does have vanilla in but also a lot of floral notes is Lancome's La Vie est Belle Soleil Crystal. This is a great for lasting. I was blown away when I first tried this. I remember spraying it and then the next day I could still smell it on my wrist. The La Vie est Belle range really do last really well. Along with the coconut and vanilla in here, you've got Ylang Ylang, which I know some people don't like. It's quite a strong tropical floral note. It also has iris in as well, which adds a touch of powderiness. So you definitely do get a lot of other floral notes going on with the coconut and vanilla, but is really good for lasting. The floral notes really do elevate it. Again, it would be appropriate for during the day in the summertime. And if you do like the original La Vie est Belle, you could definitely layer this on top to make it more summery and like tropical if you're going on vacation. So one that is kind of similar, the La Vie est Belle Soleil Crystal, is Replica's Beach Walk. So Maison Margiela Replica have this range of perfumes that are meant to recreate the smell of a real life situation. And Beach Walk is a really pretty coconut, and again with Ylang Ylang. It's got a sort of minerally, beachy, natural quality to it. It is though an eau de toilette, so it's probably the lightest out of all of these. It's very sort of close. You could definitely wear this around the house, or if you are in very humid weather and you want something more subtle, then this is definitely the lightest of all these. It's quite cozy, comforting. The candle version of it as well is really comforting, like beachside vibe. It's got a little bit of a clean cotton feeling to it. The coconut in here isn't particularly sweet as a result, which if you don't like the sweetness but you still want a lot of coconut, then that could work well. So if you've been watching me for a while, you'll know that Aqua Allegoria from Guerlain, their coconut fizz, was my go-to summer perfume. This was discontinued a few years ago. I still have a little bit left. And it was just such a beautiful, fresh coconut. And it was the main inspiration behind, of course, my Aphrodite, which I have to mention, my second fragrance, which has a really good, strong coconut notes in it. But this is moving into the fresher type of coconut. So rather than a vanillary coconut, I've used a coconut milk in here. Like you've just cut open a coconut, you get that fresh coconut milk scent. And then what I've done is I've added mango in here, and the mango really does last throughout the fragrance rather than just the top note. And then palm leaves and lotus flower, inspired by my trip to Costa Rica. This is 30% fragrance oil concentration, which is probably higher than all these other perfumes. Brands don't publish the fragrance oil concentration, but I've really gone up for it with that and invested in it. So this is definitely the fruitiest out of all of these if you like your fruity scents. And of course it's vegan and cruelty free. And it was my dream to have a coconut summer perfume. So if you did like coconut fizz, I think you'll like this. It is of course available worldwide on my website in samples, in the travel sprays as well, which are refillable, and in the full-size bottle as well. And then lastly, from Floral Street, we have Arizona Bloom. Now this one is quite interesting. This is probably the most gender neutral of all of these. It has a little bit of black pepper in, which adds a fresh spiciness to it, slightly clean, and black pepper is used in male perfumes more than female ones. You've also got amber and some green notes, and the coconut here is a musky, creamy, deep coconut. So kind of like the Replica Beach Walk, that clean, minerally coconut. It's not got any sweet vanilla notes in. I do find that this one performs kind of like an eau de toilette. It's not a strong eau de parfum, so it's definitely kind of similar to the Beach Walk fragrance. Another famous coconut perfume that I don't actually have is Creed Virgin Island Water. The Creed fragrances are very strong, and this one really does last. It has a white rum note in it, so echoing the sort of Caribbean vibes. The coconut is really strong. I personally find this almost a bit sickly. It's so strong and heady, but if you really, really want a strong coconut perfume, this one does last. You don't need a lot of sprays. So even though Creed is expensive, you don't need to use a lot of sprays. But yeah, look out for that rum note in there. It really takes you to like a pina colada, but without the fruit, if that makes sense. There was also DKNY Coconuts About Summer, part of the Be Delicious range. This has been discontinued, but I'll see if I can find it still sold anywhere. This was quite a sweet coconut again, but quite light and inexpensive as the DKNY perfumes tend to be. So I'll see if I can find it anywhere for anyone who still might be able to get hold of it. But that's it, guys. All the links in the description as always. Let me know what your favorite is from all these different coconut ones. There are of course others I'm sure you could add to this list, so let me know in the comments what else you'd add. And do give the video a thumbs up if it was useful, helpful, etc. But that's it, guys. So thanks so much for watching as always, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.